Hello everyone. Today I want to take you to Psalm 124, which teaches this lesson. We can face troubling things ahead because we remember how the Lord has carried us through troubling things in our past. I call it foresight because of hindsight. Here the psalmist is writing in hindsight about something that was very, very troubling to him. He writes, if the Lord had not been on our side, let Israel say, if the Lord had not been on our side when men attacked us, when their anger flared against us, they would have swallowed us alive. The flood would have engulfed us. The torrent would have swept over us. The raging waters would have swept us away. Now, we don't know what he's writing about. We don't know if it was a real experience or an emotional experience. We all know what that feels like, though, to be attacked. All of us know when we have been overwhelmed by the attacks of life or other people, what they've said, or what bad news has come our way. We know what it feels like to be figuratively caught in the middle of a riptide or circling a drain. We have all felt threatened. We know the feeling of helplessness. The psalmist David is remembering specific times burned into his memory when, if it were not for the Lord, the flood would have engulfed, the torrent would have swept over, the raging waters would have swept him away. But it did not happen. It did not happen because he remembers the Lord was on his side. Praise be to the Lord, he writes, who has not let us be torn by their teeth. The Lord was on our side. David is writing in hindsight about the Lord's deliverance in his past, when in hindsight he remembers, we were in trouble. We were going down. We were circling the drain. But the Lord was on our side. And we escaped, he said, like a bird out of a fowler's snare. The snare has been broken. We have escaped. That's what he writes. A fowler is someone who hunts wild fowl, game birds, pheasants, ducks, turkeys, geese, birds like that. For food or for sport, a fowler's snare would be a trap, such as a net or a box, baited with seed or other items such birds would eat, in order to attract the birds, which could then be strung in such a fashion, either by the act of the hunter or a trip mechanism, to trap the birds. The box falls, the bird is caught, and he can't get out on his own. David knew about the fowler's snare. He probably had set some. As he writes in this psalm, he realizes that the escape from the raging waters has been as remarkable as it is when a bird escapes a trap. Just as the bird did not get out on its own, neither did he get through the threat alone. He had help, and that help was the Lord himself. All of that is hindsight. All hindsight is remembered. The Lord got me through that time of despair when I thought there was no hope, David is thinking. Foresight. Now, if we know what happened in the past and we remember it, then he writes, I will know that the Lord is on our side. Now I know that our help is in the name of the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. I know that because of hindsight. One of the best illustrations from David's own life is his own story of David and Goliath. Most people remember that this was a moment in the narration when David is explaining to Saul why he is capable to go and fight against this huge giant Philistine, even though he is only a boy and he is not a warrior. David says, your servant has killed both lion and bear. This uncircumcised Philistine will be like one of them, because he has defied the armies of the living God. The Lord who rescued me, that's hindsight, from the paw of the lion and the paw of the bear, will rescue me, that's foresight, from the hand of this Philistine. Saul said to David, go, and the Lord be with you. All of that's recorded for us in 1 Samuel chapter 17. Because of hindsight, because I know what the Lord has done, I will have foresight in those things that threaten me in the days ahead. David is looking at danger he faced in the past that the Lord got him through, danger he faces in the future, remembers what the Lord did, and has confidence in the Lord will continue to do. Foresight. Our help is in the name of the Lord, he writes, the maker of heaven and earth. Foresight with hindsight. May the Lord help you face whatever threat is ahead of you today, because of what you remember he has done for you in the past. That's the encouragement from Psalm 124. Amen.